In our crime alert, we are getting a new look at new data from Toledo.
Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz stood beside the police chief and other safety leaders and painted the picture that crime is down. Our team is tracking the numbers and what they really mean tonight. Michael Sandlin shows us some of the work credited with protecting more people.
But we're going to start with Megan Hartnett. She is checking in what city leaders are saying about this new information. Megan?
Jeff, although they say it's a positive trend, if you include July totals, it paints a different picture. The city saw an uptick in homicides over the 4th of July weekend, and the city says it's taking steps to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
A big part of the story we have to tell is a good story. It's an encouraging story.
Crime totals from January to June of this year show a decrease across the board from 2024. TPD says robberies are down 24%, motor thefts are down 18%, and the number of people shot is down almost 29%. Toledo Police Chief Mike Troendle attributes this decrease to detectives and the Special Operations Bureau trying to link gun information.
Out there every day getting guns off the street. Our CJIC, which is our Crime Guns Intelligence Center, they're doing a lot of investigations into gangs and neighborhood groups.
But when the month of July is factored in, homicide totals jump by 9, accounting for almost 38% of this year's homicides. Most of these happened over the 4th of July weekend.
It was out of the norm. It was out of character for Toledo.
Immediately we started doing things a little bit different, beefing up our patrols, getting some more crime suppression units out there, having our operations units work with our special operations, even calling on some of our partners, the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
Chief Troendle says the department is already planning to make changes to staffing for future holiday weekends. City leaders say the uptick in violence is not derailing continued efforts to keep crime trending down.
We have to do everything. We do have to continue to add police to the streets. We do have to continue to provide programming for youth. We do have to continue to fight blight. We do have to continue to get into schools and teach kids how to resolve their differences.
Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz says he knows that a lot of times the actual crime numbers versus people's perception of crime in the area can be very different, which is part of the reason why they share these numbers. Reporting in downtown Toledo, Megan Hartnett, WTOL 11.
Megan, thanks. And the mayor did give credit to a lot of the work being done throughout the community, specifically the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement.
Yeah, Michael Sandlin, he joins us in the newsroom. Michael, what work are these people still doing?
Well, Mel, Jeff, Director Malcolm Cunningham and his interrupters have been hard at work intervening on the streets and working with kids, trying to stop violence in its tracks before it has a chance to happen. Now, the program's been around for years, but Cunningham tells me recently they've taken it into overdrive. I pulled Cunningham aside shortly after the meeting. He tells me under his leadership, they've significantly increased outreach, going from about 15 cases to 70. And they've refined who they work with as well, looking into specific criteria that identify qualities that make someone likely to be shot or be a shooter themselves. Additionally, they've focused less on direct crisis intervention and more on case management, being an ever-present part of a teen's life, helping them work through trauma responses built up from seeing violence from a young age and teaching them to choose better outcomes.
So a part of it is that mental health. A part of it is helping to address that trauma. And as you start to address that trauma with the appropriate supports, you can start to change knowledge, attitudes, beliefs, right? You can start to shift the way that they're considering conflict.
Now, coming up tonight at 6, we're going to find out how they're addressing the challenges of social media exposing kids to violence can be. We'll hear Cunningham get real when asked if he feels pleased with their success. In the newsroom, Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.